Is this thing on? That's for is this thing on?
It's recording.
All right. Do you have confirmation of recording on your side?
Look
at us. Recording a whole podcast. I love this for us. Okay, cool. Let's do this thing. Let's start. Let's begin. Because Lord knows. It has taken us 2 hours. Not even 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours to get here.
Yeah.
Literally. So, let's just do this, okay? All right, welcome to I Was Thinking with
Chili
and Trey. A podcast where we talk about what we were thinking. A podcast where we literally just share our thoughts and hopefully getting some clarity. We have a lot of these conversations offline, so we decided to have them online. And pretty much just hash out what we were thinking out loud with each other, hopefully to get to a level of clarity, or just to feel less alone, TBH. Whether this is going to help us get clarity or just to feel like, you know what, I got it off my chest. I feel better now. That's it. That's all that matters. What else? Why did we start this podcast, Chili? We actually have a little bit of time to tell people why we started this podcast before we get into our topic for our first episode.
Yeah. Like you said, we've been having a lot of conversations offline. And it's like, we'll have moments where it's like, oh, that was quite insightful. Or you just unlocked something in my brain.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, maybe other people would like to be part of the conversation.
Truly.
Yeah.
Or not. Or they just want to listen
Or
to
not.
us like creeps. Which is also valid.
Also fine.
We accept
While
everybody.
you clean your house or do your dishes,
Yeah.
everyone is welcome.
We accept everybody in whatever way you come. Come as you are, as they say.
Come as you are.
So, yeah, I actually
We're
realized
here
that
as we are.
we
So-
are here as we are, babes. We are here as we are. But yeah, okay, so I guess I just realized something, because I am of the opinion that we need to be honest on our podcast about all of the process of creating the podcast also as well, because that's how you get to know us. But in our planning, we were like, yeah, the intro is going to take like 10 minutes. And I'm sitting here like, I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah. 10 minutes is a long time.
10 minutes is so long. Who did I think I was?
You know what?
Ooh,
We
yeah.
are as we go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's funny. Sorry. It's just the fact that, like, anyway, sorry. These are the things, guys, that, like, you know when you overthink something and then you actually do it and you're like, anyway.
Yeah. Now we know.
It's fine. It's fine. That means we have more time to talk about our topic, which I'm excited about.
Yes.
This is actually
Which
making
is
me very
great.
excited. Yes, okay, so, Chili, let's jump into our first topic on our first episode. Okay, so the topic is, okay, look, guys, we're just going to tell the real truthy truths. We asked ChatGPT to help us out because we were like, we have too many thoughts, and corralling them into, you know what I'm trying to say, was this not working? So, our dearest Chili found us some topics on the Chatty and the GP. And honestly, this one was the one that jumped out the most to us. I'm going to just read what ChatGPT gave us, because I think it's always good to read it the way that ChatGPT gave it, just to give them the credit, or it. Not me
So that
calling
when
it.
they take over, they know that we weren't trying to
We were
plagiarize.
respectful.
We were respectful.
when the robots take over, I want this thing to know that I
Yes.
was acknowledging you as
Mm-hmm.
a digital being. All right,
Yes.
from the get go. I was giving you all the creds for your ideas.
Yes.
Don't be killing me, or even better, make me part of your master race. Figure out how to turn me into a half robot, half human. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
on your team. Anyway, sorry. Robots taking over aside. This is the topic that ChatGPT gave us. Okay, so I'm just gonna read it and then we'll jump in. So, topic number 1, which honestly was the best one, becoming, not arriving. The myth of having it all figured out. Ugh, but I'm going to read the little description as well. Obviously, we might not follow this path. We might not go in the direction that ChatGPT is giving, but I figure it's interesting to hear what sparked us choosing this topic. A gentle opening episode where you introduce the podcaster, your personal story, and the idea that adulthood is less about arriving somewhere and more about continuously evolving. So good. So
So
yummy.
good. So nice.
So yummy. I do think actually there is value before we move off of the ChatGPT thing in giving the people a little bit of context on what was a bit of the prompt. It doesn't have to be the whole prompt because we don't need people knowing our business. But what was a little bit of the prompt for this topic? Just so that people understand why we got this response.
Hey, do I remember? Hold on. um, it
We
was
got time.
along the lines of. Hmm?
Now I'm saying we've got time, girl. We're still technically in my intro. Sorry.
Yeah, I have it. Where do I have it? Yeah, it was basically like the prompt was along the lines of like navigating adulthood, having conversations, figuring things out together, as
Yeah.
opposed to like often feeling like I'm an adult now, I must have my ducks in a row. I need to know
Yeah.
the things that need to be known, and I don't know the things.
Yeah.
Both
Cause
of us are like overthinkers, and we found that through our conversations, that's when we start to like, okay, the sense starts to be made. It
it starts
starts
to
to come
align.
together. The chaos starts to be like, okay, clarity is starting to come. Things are shaping
Yeah,
up. Yeah. And so
that's true.
that was more or less the prompt. It's like navigating life, navigating, all the different like thoughts that pop into our mind and just life. Nje.
Dude, indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the prompt. You guys will like look, this is not for you. We're just telling you exactly what the prompt was because as Chili has pretty much touched on, our conversation, we are overthinkers and we're gonna just call ourselves Overthinkers Anonymous. Ooh, maybe that's what our fandom should be called. The Overthinkers.
Yeah, ne? Look at us already with a random name. Overthinkers are none.
I love it. The O, what's it? The OTA.
Okay. Okay.
Are you with OTA? Hey.
At that time, it's probably already someone's blog.
Haters gonna say it's probably already someone's blog. That has squat all to do with me and you, babe. Right.
None of
That
my
came up
business.
here. That happened here
Okay.
live on this podcast. People must
Okay.
just.
All right.
But yes.
Get with the
Say
flow.
yes. Overthinkers Anonymous. Please become part of our fandom, the Overthinkers Anonymous. Well, okay, you are the overthinkers, and the group together is anonymous.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. This idea just came. It
The
was
OA.
birthed online. It was birthed on
Yes.
not online live. It was birthed.
Live.
Yeah.
Here. Anyway, moving on. The
Okay, cool.
overthinking
Anyway,
has started. Okay.
you see. Anyway, okay, but anyway, so becoming, not arriving. So dearest, what I've been thinking on linking to this is, well, let me say lately, because I feel like um I'm not gonna say we are at the age, because I very recently discovered that there are years between us, like a good chunk of them. Um, but that's a conversation for a different day. But I'm gonna say our age for the purposes of the fact that the reason we work is we operate on a wavelength. So I'm not gonna say our age, but I'm probably gonna say it because it's necessary for the, like, think of it as our wavelength when I say our age. And the reason I say this is I'm like, we have a lot of similar conversations about where we think we should be, what we think we should have achieved, who we think we should be at this point in our lives. And we've had a lot of
There,
conversations
I'm
about,
so sorry. There is a fly that is driving me crazy.
kill it, kill it.
I'm trying not
Where is
to
it?
focus on it, but it's like it's right here by where I am in my space. No way. I don't have Doom or anything.
Ah, babes,
I'll
unfortunately,
try to
we don't have
focus.
enough time for you to chase the fly, bro.
Yeah.
I was gonna, if it
Yeah,
was
I
like,
know.
if we had a doom, then I'd be like, cool, do it now. It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
But
I'm sorry. If my eye wanders, I'll try
don't
not to. But if
apologize.
my eye wanders.
It's okay. Let's name
It's
the
all
fly.
right.
What's the fly's name? Just for the sake of in case it happens. What's his name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin. All right.
Hmm.
I'm going to be like, Chilala, are you looking at Benjamin? And you need to be like, yes.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay, cool. No, don't, it's fine. You focus as much as you can. I want Benny Boy to just leave your household. Can
Yes.
you? I don't even think opening a window is gonna help. Actually, I was gonna say maybe try opening a window, but nah. Anyway, so yes, so going back to our topic. Going back to our topic. Yeah, so we've had a lot of conversations about just where we expected to be at our. I always get this wrong. Is it respective or perspective? Ages.
Respective.
Respective?
Respective.
I'm the English teacher. Let's keep this in mind. Anyway, but it's fine. Our respective ages. And obviously, I don't want to say obviously because people don't know this, but like there is a level of similarity to some of that stuff. I mean, there's the standard stuff, there's relationships, there's marriage, there's kids, there's just various things, but then there's also career. There's so many different directions we could go in this topic specifically. I just figured it would be nice to kind of just think about it, like where did I expect to be at this point? I think I'll start, and I want you to also think about like where you expect it to be at this point as well. And in your life, whether you want to measure it by age, whether you want to measure it by whatever. But for me, I'm measuring by age, but not because I'm comparing myself to other people my age. It's more I'm measuring by age based on my life plan, like what I expected to be doing at this point in my life. And there's just, when I say the vision is so different to the reality. I'm not saying I hate the reality. I'm not saying the reality isn't beautiful. I'm just saying she different. She different, Lord. She different. I really did expect that by this point I would, because when I was supposed to, okay, let me reveal a little bit of my crazy. I had a life plan at the age of 25. It was supposed to play out like this. I'm going to do the quick version. At 28, I was supposed to meet the love of my life. Then we were supposed to date for 2 years. Then at 30, we would get married. Then we would be married for about a year and a half. I would have my first baby at 31, 32. Then my second baby about a year and a half later. And then the other two would come as more of like, what? Surprise, baby and baby, because of the love that flowed from our relationship type
Yes.
of vibe. So, as we sit right now, I am behind by the following things at my whole entire age of 34. I have yet to start the 2 year countdown of the first relationship before I get married. I have yet to get married. I have yet to start the countdown for the marriage before we have the babies where we enjoy each other. I have yet to have baby number one. And technically, according to my life plan, baby number two should be either in my belly or about a few months old right now. So, yeah. Hey, hey. So that's one thing. I'm not even gonna talk about professional, but
Sorry,
yeah,
you're
let's.
off screen.
Oh,
I
sorry.
can't see
Yo,
you.
sorry.
Yeah.
You know when you get like you get into something, you just start thinking, and you forget that hey, this is a thing. I forget that this conversation is a conversation, not just with the two of us. But yeah,
Yeah.
sorry everybody. Sorry overthinkers. Eh? Eh? Anyway, um, so yes. Anyway, I think that's the biggest where I thought I was going to be at this point for me. There are other things like career goals and like other stuff, but honestly, I think that's the biggest one. Let me just be honest, you know? I expected to be a mom. And I say that very specifically by this point. So, yeah. How about you, Chills? What
Yeah.
did where did you think you would
My
have arrived
timeline,
by
mine.
now?
Yeah. I also had mine according to years. So 25, I actually don't, I think I was supposed to meet my mans in uni. Love of my life was supposed to meet in uni.
Hey,
It was going to be an
come on.
enemies to lovers
Come on,
tale.
a trope. Yes, a trope. I love that. I love that
Girl, I
we
love
have
that
an
trope.
enemy to lovers. What was
Yay.
no? We have
You know,
time. I actually need to know. How did you expect you
no, I
guys
mean,
to be enemies?
he was giving arrogant and like prejudice or whatever, but actually it's giving Pride and Prejudice, basically. I was prejudiced, he was prideful. And then we realized we just don't understand each other.
Not Mr. Darcy, Chilala.
Hey, Mr. Darcy. He he also happened to be as rich as Mr. Darcy, but anyway, that's a topic for another day.
I'm sorry. I love that this is the first time I've ever heard about this. I love
I
it.
think I didn't even realize it was like a Pride and Prejudice thing until now.
No,
I'm like, the plot is giving.
you know what though? I will give you the fact that like that trope. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was birthed by Jane Austen, but Lord knows people have used Jane Austen's interpretation of that trope for the basis of so many movies,
So many.
so many
Yeah.
books,
Yeah.
so many things. So I
Yeah.
actually, I love the fact that at least you went to the classics. Like you didn't sit there and you're like, yeah, like I expected us to be like those two people in the rom com A, and you know, like at
Mm,
least you went to the classics. You read, girl. You smart. Anyway,
that's
so
smart.
enemies to lovers in
Yeah.
university. Proceed.
Uh-huh. And then at 25, we're gonna get married. Younger me was like, yeah, then we'll do the whole, solidifying the marriage, loving each other for like 2 years. And as I got to uni, I was like, okay, maybe 5 years. 2 years seems small. Anyway,
So much time, so much energy, so
so,
much free.
but according to OG plan, I was like 25, 27. 2 years later, we're going to start having the babies. I'm
Come on.
currently 27. And when I think realistically, it's like, I can't imagine having a child. I'm struggling to take care of myself.
I'm
I
just
can't
a
imagine.
girl.
I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Okay. Trying to convince myself I can't have noodles again. I have to have proper food.
Girl. So for those
Yeah.
who, well, not for those. So me and Chilala did some planning before we came into this episode. She found me in our planning meeting eating a bowl of cheese. That's it.
Just cheese.
That's it.
Just cheese.
Just a bowl of cheese. It was supposed to be the cheese that sits in your fridge. You know the cheese you're supposed to eat steadily during the course of the week or whatever? No. I was eating it straight out the bowl because cheese.
Cheese.
So, um, winning. Okay, wait. Going back to your story, sorry, Jilala. I wanted them to
Yeah.
understand. We are not all the way together. This adulting and taking care
Yeah.
of yourself and parenting yourself thing, it's a
Yeah.
lie.
I definitely thought like, no, you hit 25, right? Even 24, and you just have life figured out. And now I don't even know what that means. But in my young teenage mind, I was like, yeah, you see those in the mid 20s, they just know. They know.
Can I like okay, no, finish. Cause I actually have a question. I think I stumbled upon something in my brain. But finish what you were saying. Okay, so 25, they
Okay.
just know. And
Yeah.
you would just know, okay?
Yeah. So married 25, 27, um, having like first child, twins, girl and boy.
Get it done, babe.
Efficiency.
Cry once. Buy nappies once.
Yes.
Lose sleep once. Finish, man.
Well, 2 years later, maybe 2, 3 years later, right? In January, baby number three. And then, oh my gosh,
Wait, why
we're due for
January?
another one in December.
Wait. Wait. I adore this. What? Wait,
A
wait.
slight
Oh, that's
obsession with twins.
no, babes. I get it. I have an obsession with multiples too. We need to talk baby order. Let's compare baby order.
Yeah.
I fear that this episode is not about us growing and it's just about us just letting our toxic imaginations be what they need to be. And you know what? It's our podcast.
It's,
So,
yeah.
but anyway, okay,
Yeah.
so you were going, okay, so it was supposed to be twins, and
Mm-hmm.
then 2 years later, in January, is their first little brother or sister. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and then brother and sister came into the world, and then, oh no, what do you mean we're pregnant again? But like they're not twins, but they're actually twins. They're year twins.
Yes. Yes.
That is freaking adorable. I never thought about that. That is insane.
Yeah. I've had that in my mind since like high school. Yeah.
How did you even come up with that?
I don't know. I was just like, what's another way you can have twins without having twins? I was like, same year, different months. We need to give it enough space. So Jan and December. Because the body also needs to recover, nyana. Yeah.
Chilala, the level of respect I have for you and the slightly, like, ever so slightly, and I say this in the most loving way because I'm about to reveal my own version of psychopathic planning that you came up with. Like, and I say this lovingly because I've got my own psycho that I'm going to share with the
With the
with the
peoples.
thinkers.
Yeah.
Not how do I have twins without having twins. I thought I planned how I was going to have my babies. You are on another level. Like, how did I never consider that? I'm actually very jealous. I'm not going to lie. I'm so
Why?
jealous. Anyway,
This is why we're
okay.
friends,
Wait,
because we can be weird
okay.
together.
No, okay, so let me reveal mine because I can't just throw shade and then okay. So this is how my baby order is gonna be, babe. Okay, so
Okay.
this is my, I've been thinking about this for a very long time, and as we know, I am the age I am, which means I've had years to let this thing evolve. Okay, I
Fester
was
and
always gonna have
manipulate.
multiples, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
standard procedure, always gonna have multiples. It's just how the multiples are gonna happen. So my ideal combo, I've actually written this down by the way. It is somewhere in my notes. Like I'm not joking. Like I've noted the different type of combos. I've named all of my children. Like they all have names. And I'm like, whoever should
Wow.
my sweetie, my baby. I love you with my heart, ne? But these names are arriving on that birth certificate. They don't have to be first
Wow.
names, but they will be on
But
the birth
they're
certificate. I don't care
okay.
how they get there, but that's betwixt. They're coming out my body.
Fair. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I deserve a little
Mm-hmm.
space on the birth certificate, I believe. They're going to have your surname.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Agreed.
mean? So
Yeah.
anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes. So fact number one that I already know all four of my kids how they will be named, and dependent on obviously their sex or sex gender, it's the word that we're supposed to say sex gender, that they come out and they will get their names accordingly. As in, like, my first boy will be named this, my second boy will be named this, my first girl will be named this, my second girl will be named this. So, as you can hear, I
Wow.
would like two boys and two girls. That is how I want it to go down. Now, this is how the ideal. If God was like, baby, you've been waiting, I got you. The ideal is I have one boy, right? Fresh,
Mm-hmm.
just is a boy. Halala, yay, you are here. I have one boy. And then, nah, because life or whatever it is, I pop out triplets.
Wow. I didn't see that one coming.
That's ideal. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, right? I have the one, because honestly, and this is maybe because of a patriarchal society, I don't know, whatever it is. I'm just like, I've always wanted my first kid to be a boy. Because I'm like, I I think because like I want my husband to feel like, okay, look, like he has to be the best version of a man he needs to be on this world, and he has a reason to be that way. It's selfish, but is it? Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be a good example of a man. Oh,
Example.
where's Chilala? Am I talking to myself?
Hello.
Hello?
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Hello? And we're live. Nice. Okay, cool. Hey, buddy. Okay. Okay, let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Okay. Hey, Chi.
Hi, Trey. You look different.
So do you, friend. Uh, why?
We had the difficulties, the technical difficulties.
Y'all, hey guys. Y'all. You guys will obviously be listening to this as a part two of the same recording, same episode, but yeah, things happened, and now let's just say we did a commercial break.
And wardrobe
Yeah,
change.
exactly. Wardrobe change. You know, this is like an award show. The hosts need to give you something fresh after the commercial break, something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yes, also I've done some things since the last time. Chilala's done some things since the
Yeah.
last time. We're different people than we were
Yeah.
previously. But yeah, okay. So that being said, let's actually talk about it. We had some technical difficulties and we had to cut off our recording, and we also didn't have time to do the rest of our recording because it's late at night where I am, which we haven't actually explained, but we will at some point. It's not important. And it's Chilala has the full day ahead of her. I do not. So as a result, we had to postpone and do this a little bit later, which is now. You know, which is a week later. That's why we look a little different. But you know, we still cute. We still serving. But yes. Okay, so we did want to obviously address that we were having a very flowing conversation that was really nice before we got cut off. And the thing I wanted to actually go back and double tap on, which actually Chilala reminded me about, was she was so beautifully describing how at 25 her life was going to launch into this beautiful love story that started from enemies to lovers and ended with twins born in the same year. Because she's a thinky girl. She's a smart girl. She's a planner.
Maybe
Okay?
crazy, but anyway.
You know what? I do not appreciate the crazy thing. I think you are thought out, my friend.
Okay.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you are thought out
Okay.
as the leaders of our fandom.
Yes.
Hereby forth herewith below refers here before to forth
Yes.
named
Mm.
Overthinkers Anonymous. Not my
Yes.
alarm ringing. Hold on.
Oh,
My
we're
life.
back.
Anyway, not my alarm ringing. So yeah, you remember I told you about my sleep training alarm. That's my sleep training alarm. Luckily, there's
Okay.
no more of those. You people don't need to understand what that is. We'll explain it down the line. That's also a very long conversation. Anyway, so the question coming back, actually, it's good that the alarm went off because it reminded me. The question I was asking is, you said that at 25, like everything would have been figured out. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have known, you would have, enemies to lovers, blah, 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 and then ending up with the twins and the love and the things. So now, my question that I wanted to ask you, but I didn't want to interrupt you, is where did you get the idea that a 25-year-old has figured it out? Like, I think that's the part that, like, threw me. But I was like, let me not interrupt you. She's on a flow. You have to explain that to me. Please unpack where the age 25 is the age
Mm.
that.
That's a good question. I remember in high school, I think so in oh okay, in high school one of like my cousins was like a proper adult. I remember her being 24, and in my mind I was just like, that's old. At the time I was like 13. I was like, you're 24, you're old. Oh my word. Yeah, and then I just remember multiple people just thinking 25 is the age you get married or start having kids. I'm not sure where exactly it came from, but it was like 25 is that age where you either getting married or having your first child. So I guess I associated having life figured out with being married and having kids, which when you speak to first time parents, it's like, we don't know what we're doing. But yeah, I'm not really sure where exactly it came from. But I was just like, at 25, you're getting married. That means you are a full adult. You know the things, you have the things, you're in the right mindset, your career's on the right track. Yeah, 25.
That is insane to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm like 25. Like I just started trusting myself with myself. And even then, for those who listened to the previous half of this episode, I was eating cheese, guys. Like for dinner at my big age. And like, I don't even know. No, we didn't record the portion before we started recording where I'm eating crackling for dinner because girl, dinner is life. Like, 20, 25
I
year
don't
old,
know.
what was I even doing at 25? I can't even, that's just under 10 years ago.
Wow.
Literally. That was 10 years ago for me.
Hmm.
Like, well, not 10, it's 9, but 10.
I
Like,
hear
yo,
you.
hold on. 25 was 2040. No. No. I turned 20. I was 25 in 2016.
That's crazy.
Yo, no, I actually remember who I was. I remember how I moved back then. I loved the club. I know exactly what I was doing. I remember my 25th birthday because there is a picture of me holding a 2 and a 5 in my head that I'm remembering. And I'm standing in a club with a ribbon on my head. Like, because I love a ribbon. Duh. But yeah, a ribbon on my head. I'm wearing a black dress. I think it's one of my favorite black dresses. And yeah, the balloons are gold or silver, I think. And I'm at a
Oh,
club I used to love. I think it was called, started with a V. It was in Santon. I can't remember. All I know is they played R&B and like that was my vibe. I
you
love an
love
R&B
R&B.
clubby club. Oh, I love R&B in a way that's stupid. Oh, in a stupid. Um, yo, that girl having a life figure.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Wait, no. That in my version of us unpacking this, that girl is the one who decided on the life plan. She wasn't. She
Wow.
was the young one that made the plan.
Wow.
Yeah, she was the young
Wow.
one that made the plan. Holy crap! That is how different our plans came together. Yours came together so before that, like, by the time I made mine, yours started. Like, you start at the age I made the plan. Like, at the
Wow.
age when I was like, I should get serious, guys. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, you were like,
That's the
now,
end. That's where it's figured
start,
out. Yeah.
start, press play. That is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so funny. Anyway, but yes, so that was the question. You answered it. Thank you for that, friend. Okay, now
Yeah.
to proceed our chat from where we ended, I was talking about, like, we were talking
Triplets.
about birth order. What were you gonna say?
No, I said triplets.
Oh, yes, 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 triplets. Okay, actually, so I was saying, okay, so I was talking about the gender order of my kids. So it was going to be 1 and then 3. Because that's how it's supposed to play out, dog. Right? Dream sequence. 1, 3. Right. But there's other combos. don't get me twisted. I have other combos. I
Cool.
also have a
Yeah.
sandwich combo. There's a sandwich combo, ne? Where it's
Right.
1, 2, 1.
Okay.
Where my middle children are twins, so they can be middle children together. So
Okay.
technically,
Okay.
I have 3
I
kids,
hear you.
but I
At least
actually
they
have
have each
4.
other.
So that
Yes.
middle children thing, it's like you can't say you're a middle child. How? You came out together. You're not a middle child. You are both a middle child together.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, so yes, so those are my 2 ideal combos. So yes, we were talking about the order. If I was to do 1-3, right? 1-3 would be first I'd have a boy. And then I already spoke about like why I wanted a boy. Go back if you want to know. Like, we're not gonna go back to that. But then let's talk about the 3. So the 3 would be triplets now. And the whole idea is they would be I actually don't I want them to be paternal. Is it when they don't look alike? Is it paternal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I want them to be
Fraternal. Fratern
fraternal.
English. Fraternal.
Fraternal. It is fraternal. It's fraternal, not
Okay, yeah,
paternal.
yeah. Fraternal is like father, I think. Yeah.
No, let's just Google
Anyway.
it. Okay. Wait. Uh, okay.
Something. Okay, I'll mention it later.
Twins born not
Identical.
not
Not identical.
twins born not identical. Let's go. What is the name? Don't be stupid, Google. You know I hate it when Google doesn't just read your mind. Name. Fraternal. There we go.
Yeah,
Fraternal.
yeah.
Fraternal. Okay. Fraternal. All right. So fraternal twins. Well,
Uh-huh.
fraternal
Triplet.
triplets. So then it would be fraternal triplets. And in that sense, I wanted it to just be a sprinkling. I don't care. There, I'm like, Lord, do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like, it can be 3 girls, it can be 3 boys, it can be girl, boy. I don't. If you give me the combo of 1 and 3, at that point, I'm like, I'm blessed. Jesus, take the
Okay.
wheel.
Yeah,
You know? I
yeah.
mean, not that I haven't planned the rest of it, but you know, from this point,
Okay,
here's the wheel.
okay.
Yeah. And then the second combo, the sandwich, which is my second ultimate, would be boy, girls, boy.
Okay.
I call it the gelly sandwich.
Oh, because the girlies are in the middle.
Yes. So they're the princesses, but they're also middle children, which means that all these things can like counter each other. Like all the
Interesting.
complaints and the nonsense. It's like you guys
Yeah,
are already the only girls in the family. There's 2 of you. So you can't have middle child syndrome. You can't be upset because already we treat you special because you are girls. And then on top of that, there's 2 of you that came at the same time. Like we're already fretting over the fact that there's 2 girls in the it works
yeah,
out. And then
yeah.
my last born, you know, last born syndrome. Like my last born is already going to be great because of the fact that you're a last born. But this nigga's like, yo, I had 1 boy. I wish I could have another boy, man. She's got 2 girls. She's gaining on me. There's so many girls in my family. All I got is my boy. Bam, a boy appears.
Right. Yeah, because that's how life works, Ankit. It's just like that. You know what's funny? So
Right.
the having 4 kids thing came later, like in my 20s, or
Really?
maybe even late teens. When I was in high school to after high school, I was like seven kids. Yeah, crazy.
Sorry.
Very crazy.
Sorry. You said that number so
Yeah. I was like, yeah, of course, 7, of course. Yeah.
just 7.
And I also had combos. And one of them was going to be after these twins, and then not twins, Then, boom, triplets. Again, this wasn't real. This was just me playing around with my mind. But on top of that, so it was actually going to be boy, girl, boy, the triplets, and there were going to be a tap dancing group.
Wait. Chilala, you say crazy things, nah? And then you act like it's not crazy. Hold on. I'm still getting over the 7, but I was letting you cook. And then your ass decided to yourself that you are like, no, my 3 triplets are going to be a tap dancing group. Who are you, the Jackson 7? What's happening?
They were
No,
gonna be cute.
no.
Tap dancing
Chilala, wait.
trio.
Chilala, wait. You must explain yourself. No. You are no. I'm not
Yeah.
letting you cook anymore. You've cooked enough. You must get no. Stop. Step away from the stove. You've been cooking too much. There's too much garlic in the food. Wait. So let's address 7 first. First, let's address 7. How old were you when 7 was a number?
14.
Okay. Hold on. You decided you want as many kids as half of your life had happened at that point. You
Yeah.
were 14. You decided
Yeah.
that I want as many kids as
Yeah.
the, half of
Yeah.
the years I've lived.
Yeah.
Okay? Also, you are a 14-year-old. I
Yeah.
don't judge that now.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm at peace, okay? You can step a little closer to the stove. Now, let's address the tap dancing group. The the
The
the
triplets.
starset, the the talent of the
Yes.
family.
Yes.
When were the triplets going to be a tap dancing group?
Honestly, I think it had something to do with Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I know you're like, how does that make sense? But it makes sense, but it doesn't. But you know how they have like their squeaky voices and they like sing together and whatnot. And they're trios. Yeah. They're a trio. I think it had to do with Alvin and the Chipmunks. I was like, you know what? That's adorable. I'm going to have 3 kids. They'll be triplets and they'll dance together. And we'll call them, because I think the girls in the Alvin and the Chipmunks are called the something triplets or something like that. I was like, we'll call them, insert surname, triplets. And it's going to be cute and it'll be amazing. But that's just one of the combos.
Shilala, like, I want it noted that I respected the twins in 1 year, ne? On the other,
Okay.
on the
Where is
other
this going?
half of the commercial break, I was even jealous. I'm still jealous, actually, about the twins in 1 year. I still respect the
Right?
game there. Because your
Haha.
math was mathing right. It just goes to show you're a math genius. That one, I'm still co-signing. Here is where I take the pen and I throw it across the room because I have questions about. You decided you want the beautiful combo that made sense. You know, until 4, everything made complete sense, Chilala. Until you
Yeah.
added the extra
I just
3
want
that
edited it
were
now.
on the basis of Alvin and the Chipmunks. Not even like, actually, now that I think about it, are there any other TV shows that, like, not even Destiny's Child, not even like, it's not even like a real thing that you based this on? Like, you, the level of crazy is on the same as you telling me that what are those 3 ducks from Donald Duck? You know Donald Duck's nephews, the 3 of them.
Yo, I don't remember.
But
Yo.
do you not remember them? So Donald Duck
Yeah.
had 3 nephews. You know, remember the 3? I can't remember their names. I can't either.
That's,
But yeah,
yeah.
the 3 nephews, like Elvin and the Chipmunks and Donald Duck's 3 nephews. That is this, like, that's saying the same thing to me. Like, you are saying,
Yeah.
you know, that I watched this cartoon once, and that made me say, let me pop 3 humans out of my uterus back to back in one sitting. And the core reason I am doing this is so that they don't sing, they don't act. No, no! They
I'm hearing the crazy now.
is a liar.
We're back.
Okay, what were you saying, Chi? Sorry about that.
You were saying you were talking about how from
Oh,
Alvin and the
yes!
Chipmunk.
Yes, I was talking about you creating a
Yeah.
whole entire Alvin and the Chipmunk situation. Okay, so so actually the key is, I was actually just making fun of you, but let's forget that. Let's just focus on the key important information. When did 7 become 4? What
I
made
think
that happen? What changed?
probably when I was like late teens to like maybe around 20, I was just like, who's gonna raise 7 kids? Who's gonna give birth to them? That's a lot. Kids are expensive.
Not
Yeah.
you getting practical at
I became more
18.
practical. Yeah. Yeah. Every now and again with the fantasies, I would still dip the toe. I was like, okay, maybe 6. But yeah, I've stayed around 4 now. I still think 4 might be a lot as well in this economy, but yeah, more practical.
And in this world, in this economy, the really funny thing is 4 has been immovable for me. I think, yeah, since I was a teenager actually. The number of kids has always been like decided. Like that one was like unshakable. Like that one was immovable.
Wow.
The rest of it, like the how my life was
The
supposed to play
numbers.
out and how to get there, like that decided itself later. Like I waited to be an adult to start actually thinking about how that should practically happen. But the
Mm-hmm.
teenage element, like I decided that at like, yeah, I decided that. I will say though, I'm not gonna judge you because 18-year-old me picked my engagement ring. And I haven't changed my mind since.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's the exact same ring. I have a picture of it. It's saved in so many different places for me to find it. That like
Wow.
it's like I know exact like it's an exact ring. Like I know exactly what it must look like. Like I'm like it's not even we're not gonna I'm just gonna be like, hi, do you love me? Fantastic, great. Nah. You don't have to get this one because at the time I picked it off of the Tiffany website, right? And obviously
Oh.
in this economy, you know what I mean? But you can make a replica. You really can. Like I don't need all the blingies to be real. Just make the main diamond real. The rest of it is fine. Like freestyle, brother. As long as it looks the way I want it to look. Cause the design is so pretty. Oh, I love her so much. She's so pretty. She's like a special designed like Tiffany ring that was like released at a certain time. She had her own section of the websites.
Mm.
She's that girl in ring form. And yeah, so I'm like,
Yeah.
nope. I don't know how to tell you this, but it must look like this.
It
Don't
must
put
look like this. And
don't
also our
bother.
kids
Like
should have these names somewhere.
yes. Also, like the funny thing is the one thing I have managed to let go through the years is my wedding. Like my
Mm.
wedding dress, no. Like so the only things that are decided, I love how I'm saying the only things. But like literally the only things that are decided is how many kids, my ring, my dress, because I also designed my dress when I was 13. I've made
Of course.
slight tweaks to it through the years, but the dress has remained pretty much the same, design wise.
Wow.
So yeah, she's timeless. So yeah, and I've just redrawn her, obviously, just so that like the picture is a little bit more like I've made a couple changes to make it relevant, but the design is timeless. So dress, ring, kids' names is a more recent addition. That is like post 30s,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, post 30s. So that came in the 30s. So that's your fault for being late. I'm sorry that I named our children. Where have you been? So that's your problem.
Where's my
But yeah,
husband? What the hell is he doing? How does the song go?
what?
Baby, where the hell's my husband? Da 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 da. Girl, you haven't heard the song? Maybe my singing is just that terrible.
I don't think I have heard that song. I think I would remember hearing,
Okay, I'll send it
"Baby,
to you
where's
afterwards.
my husband?"
What the hell's my husband? Girl, it's been trending. Anyway, I so want to continue talking, but I'm looking at the time and it has run out.
Oh,
Yeah.
this conversation really went a different direction, hey? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't. There was a plan, but I'm happy with where it went though.
this is the plan. Kind of like our life plans and
Oh,
making it.
girl. For real. For real. Yeah. So here's the thing.
Uh,
I was thinking that by 25, I would have my life figured out. I am
yeah.
27. It's not figured out. What were you thinking and what are you thinking now?
So I was thinking that by now I would be on the bay. Pause. On the way to baby number 2. And I'm honestly now I'm just thinking that all these things I wanted, I still very much want. There's nothing. I don't think my mind has changed, friend. I don't know if this episode did what we thought it would do.
Well, that's all right.
Itty,
Yeah.
what itty?
What is he? Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, the triplets
Yeah.
I've let go. The tap dancing triplets I've released, but I still, yeah. I still wish I've let go of having life figured out, but I still want the partner and the 4 kids. Yeah, because I think I've realized that it's so cliche, but it is a journey. We just kind of I'm figuring things out every day, but my core desires are still the same, I
The
think.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Babes, honestly, at the end of the day, the one thing I've learned from being in this space, I call it the waiting room, is like it is what it is, man. Like you have to make the most of what's happening in between. Obviously, there are days when I'm enlightened and I'm like, it's okay, all in timing. God knows what He's doing. And then there are days when I'm like, what are we doing? What the hellionte? What the hellavidius? What is happening? What's going on? You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And it's okay. Because it seems
And
no
it's
one has
okay.
it figured out. I don't know about you, but
No one
sometimes there's
does.
certain like people like much older than us, and I'm just like questioning their decisions that they're making like at present. I'm just like, you thought that was wise.
Yes,
So it's like,
I did think that was wise.
yeah, I think it's
Anyway,
just how life is.
it is what it is, man. But we're
It
here.
is what it
And
is. Yeah.
We recorded our first pod episode. Look at us!
Look at us. We made it.
close us off, baby girl.
All
End this thing.
right.
Land.
Land the plane. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It was chaotic. It was a fight. We tried. I hope you guys enjoy this as much as we have. Yeah. Until next time, hopefully it'll be much smoother sailing.
Yeah, guys, thanks for listening to I Was Thinking, the podcast where we share what we were thinking. Mwah!
Ah.